Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. I'm with Sandy Zimmerman today. She's my special guest. She's on American Ninja Warrior. She's been on 7 seasons and she made it to Vegas. And you can see her tonight on American Ninja Warrior, 8/7 Central. Check it out. It's on NBC. Sandy's been overcoming obstacles and barriers her entire life. We've talked about a few of them today on the show. And despite an upbringing that was filled with poverty, abuse, and time spent in foster care, suffering countless injuries and a lot of failure, she has completely defied the odds and is with us today. She's excited to share what she's learned and the tools that she's acquired. And you can learn more about Sandy. She's a motivational speaker and her day job when she's not swinging from every obstacle at her gym. Sandy Zimmerman Ninja.com. Please check out her website. Sandy, you had a really tough childhood, and how did you turn this into motivational? I know American Ninja Warrior played a big part of it, but how did you go to that next step of quit your job as a PE teacher and you said, I'm going to become a speaker, a trainer, and a coach for other people?
I would say, probably about 3 years into my American Ninja Warrior journey, I got asked to go to a school and if I would talk to one of their 5th grade classrooms. And at that point, the whole being confident and courageous and sharing my story was very new. And I was taking little baby steps because, to be honest with you, Jeremiah, there were stories from my childhood that even my husband of over 20 years did not know. I mean, that's how much shame and guilt that I carried with me, and how much I did think that if people knew my background, I thought they would run. I thought, literally, I remember thinking, I don't know if I want everyone to know, because then they may not let their kids come to our house and play with my kids or be friends with my kids. I mean, I just thought awful, terrible things. And so I was new to this thinking of, this is my story. And if people are really going to judge me from this, then they're the problem, not me. And I just felt like I needed to share my story. So baby step, I get a call from the principal. He says, what do you think about coming out? And I'd love for you to talk to one of our 5th grade classes. And so I took a deep breath and I thought, okay. And inside I am terrified, but I said, okay. And so we figured out a date and I was coming. Well, about 2 days later, I get a call from the principal. He says, well, the other 5th grade teachers heard that you were coming to talk to that 5th grade class. We were wondering if you would talk to all of our 5th grade classes. So now I am shaking in my chair. I'm like, be brave, Sandy, be brave. I say, okay, a little less confident, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I can do this. 3 5th grade classes, that's not bad. Well, about 3 days passes and I get another call from him. He says, well, our 4th grade and 6th grade heard that you were coming to talk to our 5th grade classes. Would you mind doing just one with our intermediate? That time I think I said, sure. It was, it wasn't an okay anymore. I mean, I was honestly really terrified. However, what I learned on American Ninja Warrior is that if you're terrified, you're probably heading in the right direction. You're probably heading in the right direction. So I said, sure. Well, you might be able to guess. I got a call a couple days later. Hey, Sandy, all of our primary grades heard that you were coming. And I was wondering if we could just make it a school-wide assembly. I thought, are you kidding me? My first talk that I wanted to ease in slowly and sharing my story. He says, and our student body has just over 600 kids. You got to be joking. But I thought, be brave, Sandy, put on your big girl pants and you go do this, because this is what you're meant to do. So luckily I listened to Big Sandy, because I kid you not, little Sandy had a lot of things to say about this, talking in front of over 600 kids.
She was not happy.
What's that?
Little Sandy was not happy.
Oh, she was not happy. But Big Sandy was driving the car. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. So I work on my speed. I am pumped. I am ready. And so I am at home just preparing. I'm like, okay, I could feel my heart racing. So I knew at that point, I'm like, I have too much adrenaline. I'm going to go in there. It's just like on the show. It's a fine line. You need enough, but not too much. And I could tell my heart was jumping out of my chest. And I thought, oh my goodness, I got to get rid of some of this. So my go-to, you could probably tell, my therapy is exercise. So I get on the treadmill because it's in the winter and I just start running. I'm like, I got to be at the school in 30 minutes. I'm just going to run this adrenaline out. So I'm running on the treadmill. I'm trying to get it out. And a thought comes to my mind. It's like a question. It says, what's your goal today, Sandy? And so I'm running and I'm huffing and I'm puffing, trying to get all this adrenaline out. And I think, I want to make a difference. I want to impact lives. I want to get this right. I want it to be perfect so I can make a difference. And then I hear this voice go back, well, does it have to be perfect to be impactful? And I just stopped that treadmill and I thought, oh my gosh, Sandy, hello. It doesn't have to be perfect to be impactful. And in that moment, I could feel my whole heart rate just dropped. I didn't have the sweaty palms, but I was excited and not nervous anymore. And so I walked into that gym. I thought, hey, Sandy, head up, shoulders back, chest out, walk in like you own the place. I won't lie. I was terrified, but I was going to play the part. And I walked in there and it was like, I didn't nail it and it wasn't perfect, but it was perfect. It was like one of those where you know, when you do something and you just feel like, boy, I just hit that out of the park. That's what it felt like. And I knew in that moment, I was like, it's true. This is what I meant to do. And the feedback after that was my first talk. And the feedback was just incredible. Teachers laughing, teachers crying, you know, just so moved by it, not just the kids. And then the feedback was like, that was the best we've ever had at our school when a speaker has come. And I just knew in that moment, I thought, okay, it doesn't have to be perfect to be impactful. And this is what I meant to do. And so that moment, it took me a few years to go all in, because I thought maybe I could do both. Maybe I could speak and dabble in it and then still teach. But then it came to a point where it was like, Sandy, you either got to go all in with this if you're going to do it well and quit dabbling, or make a choice here. And that was when I made the terrifying decision that I got to go all in. Because if I don't, I live with wonder and I live with regret. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of the same feeling of when I decided to apply for American Ninja Warrior. I either do it or I live with wonder and I live with regret. And I knew I couldn't live with that. And so I resigned. I made this huge leap. And I won't say it's been rainbows and unicorns. It has been a lot of, you know, ups and downs, figuring out being an entrepreneur, owning my own business. I do love being my own boss though. But it's been, you know, ups and downs. And now I'm learning this and I'm chasing this new big dream, and it's been incredible. And I know I will figure out the business side. I don't have a business degree, but I'm figuring it out. And I have a great, you know, people that I can turn to and ask. So it's a lot of trial and error and I'm figuring out, but I do know this. I have stories. And somehow I've been given this gift. I can't read and write very well, but I can speak. And I have incredible stories that will change lives. So we all have our different strengths and talents. I grew up, honestly, Jeremiah, thinking I was dumb. Why do I struggle in school? Why can't I read like other kids? Why don't I have the comprehension when I read and understand what we're reading? Well, I had a different gift. I have the gift of speaking and sharing my stories. And so I think all of us have that. We all have different gifts, and man, what a world would this be if we all took our gift, developed it, and put it out there for the world. So that's what I'm doing as a speaker, and I'm getting it going. So you all out there, you want to support it, come have me be a speaker at your school, your organization, your business. But I would love to come out and use this gift I've been given in developing.
You're hired. I'm signing up right now. Sandy Zimmerman. She's on American Ninja Warrior 2 nights at 8 o'clock, 7 Central, NBC, American Ninja Warrior, on Instagram at Sandy_Zimmerman_ninja, and on her website at sandyzimmermanninja.com. We'll be right back. Okay, final segment. I don't have any time left really, so why don't we come back? But that's awesome. I love this. Is a really good show. I'm really happy with your message. I love it. So I'm going to come back. Here's what we'll do. You should thank, if you like, if if you're happy with them at this moment. Just thank your family if you like, and if any names you want to put out there. I know your trainer, I didn't get to ask you about her. I don't know if you want to mention her.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
your sensei, anybody that you wanted to mention at the end here. So I'll give you that.
Okay.
And then do a final pitch for yourself, like take them to your website,
Okay.
tell them they'll come watch you, and then we'll just say goodbye. So we got like 2 minutes, maybe.
Okay. That's
Okay.
gonna be the hardest part of
I know.
this
I'm
whole
gonna come
thing.
back and I'm gonna toss it to you like a hot potato.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go. Hey, welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. I'm having such a good time with Sandy Zimmerman. She's on American Ninja Warrior tonight, but she's going to tell you all about it. Go, Sandy.
All right. Well, anyone that has done anything incredible not knows that life is a team sport. And I have had that from my family, my friends, my ninja family here in Spokane, the wonderful talent Clarissa Morris, who you're also going to get to watch in the Vegas finals. But life's a team sport. So put yourself out there, join a team, and let's support each other. Let's love each other and help everybody live their life with purpose, passion that they're here for. So check it out, Vegas, NBC, American Ninja Warrior, and sandyzimmermanninja.com.
Awesome. I want to know, I got one final question. When you told your son, when he said, "What is that?" And you said, "What is that?" And you watched American Ninja Warrior on TV, never seen it. And you said, "I'm going to try out for that." Your voice kept coming back. And then it was undeniable and you had to do it. What did he think? What did he say to you?
Well, at first your kids think you're crazy, but
Yeah.
then you do it and then they think you're really cool, but they do it secretly. They can't verbally say it, but I think my kids think I'm pretty cool.
All right. Well, you're very cool. Sandy Zimmerman, thank you so much. It was a great hour with you. Sandy Zimmerman, ninja.com. She's on tonight, so check her out. America Ninja Warrior, NBC, Mondays, 8, 7 Central. Thank you, Sandy.
Thank you for having me.
Communicate, but listen more and evolve. Everybody have a great week.